Hello, everybody. How are you? Good to be here. I hope you can hear me, see me. Sorry for the time change, everybody. It is the start of Jane's celebrations for her birthday. This weekend, we've got a party tomorrow, and we've got people literally coming from far and wide to celebrate it, and they're starting to turn up today. So I thought it would be best to change the time a little bit earlier so that I can get a live done for you guys. Big thank you to Chris, Susie, Julie, all done excellent lives over the last 12, 24 hours or so about the O News 11. That is, those are now up on this website if you want to check them out. Brilliant by Susie, brilliant by Chris last night as well. Make sure you check them out. They really do give other perspectives to that O News 11. I hope my explanation of it yesterday was pretty good and helped you understand it a little bit more from what it was. Anyway, let's get down to it then. Today is Friday, 29th of August. And updates wise, nothing new in your OES. Obviously, we all have more news there. As I said, if we hear anything, we bring it to you. But normally, as it is at the moment, it just pops up there and it gets shared out to everywhere. Now, if you remember yesterday, I was talking about O News, obviously, and I was talking about how a few more new terminologies are being used by our CEO in that write-up. It was very well written. I thought it was probably one of the most informative O Newses we've had to date about giving us little snippets and insights of the way forward. But one of the things that stood out for me was the use of the word applications rather than talking about products, which we've often talked about, haven't we, in the past, about various products we're going to have for people to use. We've moved on now to using the terminology applications, whether this is done by design, whether this is something else. But what it did do to me is it made me think, I want to know more about this. I want to understand what the difference between an application is and a product. I wasn't quite sure, in all honesty. I had an inkling, same as you guys may have as well. So let's share my screen and we'll talk a little bit more about the difference then between an application and a product. Pretty interesting stuff. So an application is a functional deployed software or system that performs specific tasks, i.e., like Microsoft Word or a WhatsApp. That is an application. Okay, it is a big thing, whereas a product is a more encompassing concept, referring to the complete offering, which may include various applications, features, or even business models that delivers value to the customer. For instance, SAP is a product, SAP, while individual modules within it, such as SAP Finances, are applications. What does that mean in real English so you guys understand it? An application is generally a software deployed service where products come from. Okay, so you build the application, so you code various application or various coding to make an application, and then you can make products from that application. So it's a big part here, and little strands will come off of that part there. So let's have a look then at key differences. Scope: an application is specific, functional component, whereas a product is the broader solution or service. So the application is the thing that it says it does, whereas the product is normally the service that it will deliver. And behaviors versus properties. proprietaries, sorry. Applications define behavior through code, while products are declarative, focusing on pro properties like icons and text that customize an application's appearance. If you notice on the thumbnail that I put on here, it's got lots of applications logos. Those are the applications, okay, of what it uses, like WhatsApp is, like Microsoft Word, Microsoft Office, Excel. Those are all specific applications and have the icons for it, okay. Whereas the product part of it, okay, is, for instance, Connect. That is a product, okay, but the application is it is a video conferencing platform. That's the application, but the product name of it is Connect. So there is a lot of difference, and the customer focus applications are built to perform a task, but products are built to meet a need, often after market research. So when you are coding and you are bringing a solution to the marketplace, you build an application. That is the first port of call. You're building something, it is an application because it is performing a task that is needed. But often, to bring it to the marketplace, a product is needed to be built from that application so that it meets the market needs. And that is often done, obviously, by any research that is done. So when coders and all our tech guys, etc., are doing something, they build the application first, i.e. our survey. That is an application in its entirety at the moment. Hasn't even got a name. So it is an application. It might in turn become a product, but then it will be changed slightly with its wrapping, I suppose. It's a bit like having a car. Look at an application as a car. When we look at a car, okay, we look at this shiny thing that is gleaming and it looks really smart and all the rest of it. But if you take that casing off, you've actually got quite a bare shell. Look at Formula One cars, look at NASCARs, look at all these types of cars. They look really nice on the outside, but that's only a skin that comes off very easily. So this is the same between an application and a product. The application is the real nitty gritty underneath, whereas the product is the thing that we see. But you have to build that application first before you then get the product. So a product is what you market and sell to unknown customers for broader use, while an application might be developed for a specific known customer and thus considered as a service. Like I said, you need to sort of break things down, and I'm sure the OTech Pro guys will do a far better job of trying to explain it than I am. But if you think along the lines of when you have an idea of something, that is the application, and it is built around a need to provide a service for a specific thing. But to market that service, so the application itself, you then have to move it into a product. What does this mean for us from what we had off O News 11? It means that we are now talking in the language of the developer. We're now talking about what is being developed for us, these applications of what we're going to use, but the product that comes from it will be called something completely different, because that is the part that we will be marketing. Are they the same? Is an application and a product the same? In essence, yes, they are. except for the application is the raw part of the product. The product is the car that we see. It has its skin on it. It's nice and shiny. It looks really nice. But take that skin off it, and then it becomes the application. And of course, products, you can vary different products from one application. You can have spurs of it. For instance, if you've got a large application that does a lot of different things, you can have smaller products that use that application but are called different things and only utilize small proportions of that application. Starts getting complicated, doesn't it? Also then, the evolution in software, an application can be underlying code while the product is the way it is delivered, packaged and marketed, exactly like I said. So think along the lines of the coding is the application. It's the raw deal. Not very pretty, very functional, does exactly what it should do, but it's not marketable because you need to have that skin on the outside to make it appealing, have the logos, have whatever it is you're doing to make that product so that people can then recognize it and understand it. So here's some example products. The entire SAP system or Microsoft Office suite, okay, is a product. The application is actually Microsoft Word, and within Microsoft Word is Microsoft Suite, okay? Or WhatsApp, for instance, is a standalone model application, okay, of that. Data context, a data product might be a curated data set with defined services levels that can be used by product engineering teams to build data applications. All that, in honesty, is way above our pay grade. This is what tech guys look at. This is their niche, I suppose. This terminology they will understand. And for us, it is way above what we normally understand. We just need to know that an application is the raw data, the raw coding, whereas the product is the saleable part of that application so that people can use that product that is underlined by the coding of that application. So in essence, you use an application to do something, but you buy a product to achieve a goal or solve a broader problem that is derived from that application. I know it's a little bit complicated, but it's showing to us through ONews number 11 that we're talking in the terminologies now of our tech team. We're talking of they are building applications that products are going to come from. And this is really important. And the reason I think this is important is because this is the part of ONews 11 of our CEO saying we are drawing the curtains back and laying things bare to us guys. Talking in the terminologies of applications rather than the products that we see gives us a better insight of what these guys are actually producing. The name of a product really, quite frankly, is immaterial to the application. It is a marketing tool. It is a marketing thing that we will use to market that product to the general public. But we know a little bit more. I see Collins Manor is on here now. This is certainly an area that these guys can really get their teeth into, is to explain in depth the difference between an application and a product, of that bare raw data that is coded to make the application that is usable, It does what it says it's going to do, but it's not very pretty. And that's not very good for marketing. You need to turn that application into a product so that you have got a good visual of what it is and how it works. This is the skin, like I said. It's the wrapping of the car. The car underneath is an engine, a chassis, a gearbox, and wheels. What we see is this amazing vehicle that looks fantastic. But underneath, that's all it is. Applications and products are the same. The product is what we see. The application is the raw deal underneath. Anyway, guys, I hope that has helped to explain it in certain terms. I know it's taken a little while for it to sink in for me of the differences, but I hope that my car terminology really has helped for you guys to understand it a little bit more. Anyway, guys, short and sweet today. I've got guests arriving, so I need to get ready. I'll be back around on Monday with Jane for Monday Fun Day, the day before her birthday, by the way. Don't be surprised if we do not have a few guests on with us on Monday Fun Day, okay, to wish her happy birthday. Obviously, love to see as many of you there as possible. That's going to be at the normal time. Apart from that, have a great weekend, and I'll see you all on Monday. Bye for now.